So can we wait for another 2 minutes till the participants has to join?
Okay, okay, Hemalata, fine.
So let us wait up to a 6:05. Then whether the attendees are there, well, let us proceed, sir. Is that okay, sir?
Fine, fine, fine.
Okay. 2 more minutes. Let us wait and see. So let's start this. Let's start the webinar. Yes. Rajesh, sir?
Yes. You think we can start? It's
Yes,
6.
sir. We can start. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you all can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Just a minute. Okay. Good evening. Good evening, all, to all the participants. First of all, on behalf of Wash Institute, I would like to sincerely thank you all for your interest and time for participation in this webinar. I'm sure that the discussion for the next 1 hour will be very useful for you and also help you to reflect if you're planning to consider water and sanitation as your career choice. So as informed, the idea of this webinar is to sensitize about you all about the water and sanitation sector, the challenges and the opportunities in this sector, scope for young professional to make your career choice in this field, etc. As also you are aware that our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, once said that sanitation is more important than independence. So he made cleanliness and sanitation as integral part of living to lead a healthy and prosperous life. So sanitation is also one of the most important aspects of community well-being because it protects human health, extend lifespans, and is also, as you are all aware, it's documented that it provides also benefits to the economy, not only the health, but if we have a good health, it also contributes to an economy. So one of the key goal of sanitation is to safely reduce human exposure to pathogens. As you are all aware, pathogens are excreted by infected individuals, and if not properly contained and treated, may present a risk to humans who come in contact with them. So therefore, as we all are aware, in India, for many years since independence, we gave very less importance to sanitation. So you are all aware. So unfortunately, the other sector took a priority, not the sanitation. Of course, the water was there, but unfortunately, sanitation was the last. But having said that, few programs were launched by Government of India. These are programs like Rural Sanitation Program in the year 1986 and Total Sanitation Campaign in 1999, and then Nirmal Bharat Abhiyan, which was a very recent in 2012. And as all of you know, the flagship program, which was launched very recently by Government of India, what we call it as a Swachh Bharat Mission or a Clean India, which was launched in the year 2014. So this was a very ambitious project in the field of sanitation. So the Swachh Bharat mission is the most significant cleanliness campaign by Government of India. So this program also gave an importance to building and using the toilets and has changed significantly the behavior of hundreds of millions of people with respect to toilet use access as well as its usage. So I consider we were very successful in this program as millions of people have already got the toilet facility. But I see that this is not the end. So sanitation is not only the toilet access. As you are aware that it has a value chain actually. So as I said, it's not solved. It has not solved all the problems related to sanitation. I consider this is a first step in the sanitation value chain. But as we have a toilet now the real challenge starts. So as you are aware, how are we, once the toilet we use, the wastewater gets generated. So how do we handle this value chain? This means what happens once the toilet pits or septic tank gets filled? How are we managing our wastewater produced at our household, like proper collection, appropriate treatment, its safe disposal or reuse? All these things needs to be thought through. So if we want to really achieve 100% sanitation or address all the component of the value chain, as well as if we want to keep a public health and environment in good condition, we also need to address all these things systematically, not only the toilet, along with the toilet, all the other component of the sanitation value chain. So this is very important. So I think in the recent past, government has really realized this and started addressing this through various successive programs. Yeah, SBM1 was there. Now actually recently they started working on SBM2, and it is in the verge of launching now. So SBM2 will be launched too soon, which will really address the other aspects of the sanitation value chain. The toilet is there, usage is there, and what happens afterwards, all those things will be handled by that actually. So this particular SBM2 is designed exactly to address this, as I mentioned, safely manage all the wastewater generated from different sources at the household, institution, commercial establishment, everything, which means proper collection of this wastewater, then proper conveyance of it, then treatment and disposal, reuse, all those things. So they also realized, as you are all aware, JJM, Jal Jeevan Mission, is one of another program what Government of India has developed, where they really want to give a clean water to all the households. But this is possible only when there is a good quality clean water is available. Unless we really deal with the sanitation, it's impossible that they really be successful in this JJM, because unless we keep our water body clean, you don't have any other extra water, because whatever water we have as on date, it's the same thing. We have to protect that, preserve it, and then actually we can use it actually. So that means that all the wastewater generated, which needs to be treated before it enters into the water body, like rivers, lakes, underground, all those things. So that's the reason governments are still taking this as serious. So hence the government is planning seriously to implement this SBM2 program. But another challenge there, in order to address all these challenges, successfully implement on this program, it requires a good amount of people, actually, a human resource who brings the necessary skills, knowledge, experience, and the professional networks. But this is one of the biggest challenge we have to deal with it. At the moment, we have a good demand for a professional, because these programs are coming up. So there is a dearth need of professionals in this sector. But however, if you see, there is a large gap on the supply side. This means there are very few sanitation sector professionals in the sector who are well trained to handle the demand presently. Whatever the present demand is there are very few people who have to handle this. So government department and its employees alone cannot handle such a large task. Actually, you see, India is big. We have more than 130 crore population. So which means there is a huge task. So hence there is a huge role and demand for support from the private sector, as well as from the development sector organization, which brings the professional to help the government entities. So also, as you are aware, presently the professionals working in this sector have learned all these work, actually, especially related to the sanitation, mostly from their job. It's a real-time job. While working only, they have learned. The problem is that all these years, there was no specific academic course which made a sanitation engineer, a wastewater engineer who are ready to come and work, deliver, actually. So mostly the civil engineer or an environmental engineers, as well as people from microbiology background and other similar background who came into the sector, they've learned the subject and then started delivering, actually. So this is the case always. But now this was also the challenge, that we never get people ready for the job, and always they need to be trained, as I said. So in order to address this supply gap of a trained human resource, the sector professionals across the world, in collaboration with various academic institutions, have come together and developed and started delivering various courses, such as sanitation, non-sewer sanitation, wastewater management. So these are the courses which was developed, where really people can get an idea, so how things can be implemented. The beauty of this course is that this is developed in a way that the sector experts from their practical, they really can get the practical experience. And this course is also for a very short period, actually 12 to 18 months. So because you already have a background of environmental engineering, civil engineering, or similar thing, where you really bring the engineering aspect, but the real need is on the job. Like when you do the job, what all required, that particular field experience and all, it's really missing. So these courses, as I said, non-sewer sanitation, wastewater management, this really, because the sector professionals from various countries who worked on the ground, they really taken the essence of from their experience and developed this course. So I see that this course would be very, very useful. And this started really attracting the people actually. And yeah, the program aims to attract talented and ambitious young and mid-career sanitation professional, because what I see is most of the time, yeah, either a young professional joins, or maybe a people who have little bit completed their course and then they really wanted to understand this, so they are really joining this from sewerage companies, from urban local bodies, government departments, NGOs, consulting firms. All these people started enrolling into such courses and started learning more, so that by the time they come, they get they pass out, they're ready for the job. Actually, there is no need for a big time training to these people to deliver the job. So this is the beauty actually. So this is a little bit of the context what I would like to set in today actually, because this is the main purpose. We are really for the reason we have conducted this particular webinar, so that the participants, I understand you are many students, research scholars, all of you are attending this to see that how can you see your career in this particular field. So with this, maybe a little bit, I stop at this point of time, and hope now you understand the need for water and sanitation sector professionals in that, and what are the opportunities available in the sector. So a little bit now about my organization. As WASH Institute is also, I represent WASH Institute. This is an organization, again, it's a development sector organization working on this for the more than a decade now. So the organization is continuously providing the technical advisory support and for various projects of state and central government, state government and all. As part of its capacity building initiative, WASH Institute also, through its academic wing, started delivering various courses of short-term and long-term courses related to water and sanitation. So in order to have a better understanding of what we do, what are these courses, I would request my colleague, Dr. Hemalata, who is a principal for our academic wing actually. She will take us through a little bit, introduce about our organization, and also what are the courses what we are offering, maybe which is of your interest also. She will take us quickly through that actually. Hemalata, over to you, please.
Thank you, Rajesh sir. Thank you so much for the introduction. And good evening, participants. Yes, I'll share my screen now. I think everyone can see my screen.
Yes, yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. So good evening, everyone. So here I'm going to brief about Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Institute, about our academic wing. So already Sir has given a brief about our WASH Institute. So we have established in Kodaikanal as a registered non-profit organization in the year 2008. And we are having a multidisciplinary team of over 190 employees with expertise in various disciplines. And we are operating from 20 locations across 9 states and 1 union territory in India. We are also a sector partner for the Jal Jeevan National Jal Jeevan Mission and UNICEF Empanel training partners. So WASHI has been a critical resource for Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs on Swachh Bharat mission, and we are supporting Ministry of Jal Shakti in carrying out this National Jal Jeevan mission. We are also having a critical resource for both this Swachh Bharat mission and National Jal Jeevan mission to support in their implementation sectors. So although we are having this technical assistance to ministries, we are exploring more on the various options to achieve the sustainable development goals. So keeping this in mind, WASH Institute is looking forward to how to disseminate the knowledge and bridging the knowledge gap by conducting various programs to train young professionals and in the sanitation sector, and how to accomplish this by starting how to make them to reach these courses. So with this in mind, Wash Institute has started an academic wing at Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. So the key features are we are having faculties, which includes doctors and microbiologists and civil engineers, environmental engineers, and sanitation specialists. We are already having courses running through in our institute. That is 1 year PG diploma in sanitary inspectors course and 2 year diploma in health inspectors course. So the new courses offered in our water and sanitation sector is under the support of USAID. We are carrying out this 1 year certified course in water and wastewater quality management and 1 year PG diploma in non-sewer sanitation. So these are the two courses that we are going to carry out for this academic year. And we are having an eco-friendly campus at Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. We are having a separate sanitation park. And we are having a separate water and related sanitation structures. We are having a well-built infrastructure. And coming to our new courses that having this gap can be filled, this has been supported by USAID, and the knowledge partner is Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So this 1 year PG diploma course eligibility is bachelor's in civil engineering and environmental engineering, and BSc, those who did in BSc chemistry, microbiology, and biochemistry can also be applied for these courses. For this first 2 years, we are having this nil tuition fees for this particular two courses. And the key features of these courses are, in this, we are having this industrial visit and internships, which will be arranged in various corporations and municipalities. So through that, the people can have this real-time experience in field and how to brainstorm it and what are all the possible options in removing that hurdles that can be done. And the long-term training of these students helps in capacity building. So having a well-equipped laboratories that helps students to carry out their research, and we will also engage the students to build a skilled sanitation workforce to address the demands in water and sanitation sector. And we are having a research and placement cell where the main objective is to bridge the gap between the stringent competition in the industry and the talent available with us. So with that, we can able to make the students get better in their academic and both in industrial sector. In the vice versa, the industry also can get benefited by getting their skilled professionals. We are also showing the pathway to research opportunities and encouraging the students to publish their work in reputed journals. Through that, the students' writing skills, and they can also get enhanced in their knowledge skills also. So with this, I'm telling, so these two courses, that is water and wastewater quality management and non-sewer sanitation. Regarding this, if you are having any clarifications, you can write us on courses mail ID, and we are having this contact number in that has been displayed. So with this, I'm handing over the session to you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Hemalata, for this detailed information regarding Wash Institute as well as the courses what we are planning to offer. So thank you very much for this. So yeah, for the past few minutes, actually, you heard many things about us and opportunities in the water and sanitation sector, what are different courses are available with us, which you may want to choose as a career option. Now, what we have done is that we have brought here a set of professionals actually who really took this field as their career option. So let's meet four of our sector colleagues who have come to share their experience where they have chosen their career path in this field only. So in order to get views on this, I welcome all the four panelists actually, Mr. Pawan Kumar, Mr. Ashwin Kumar, and Janani and Sadhana Reddy. So all the four, thank you very much for you to participate in this and share your experiences. So in order to just to start actually, so I would like to invite Pawan Kumar Reddy. So just to give a brief about him, Pawan has completed his diploma and BTech in civil engineering in 2015. Later, he started his career in the sanitation sector. He worked in different positions, project engineer, senior project engineers, and all, where he was really responsible for plan conceptualization, designing decentralized wastewater treatment system, as well as fecal sludge management system. So he worked across the world actually. So India being his main place to work, he also served in Nepal. So he is currently pursuing his MSc after a good amount of exposure what he got through his work. Now he's pursuing his MSc in sanitation at IHE Delft Institute in Netherlands actually. So he also received an EVOC Partnership Program Fellowship actually in 2018 and awarded with BMGF Scholarship. So welcome Pawan actually, and thanks again for attending this webinar. So I think I would see you are the best person to tell all our participants, whoever have come here, and share your experience. So just to start with, so as I introduced also, you did a specialized course on non-sewer sanitation from UNESCO IHE. So you are still doing it. So what made you to take this up? So what value does such specialization add? Can you share some of your thoughts on this actually? That would be really nice.
Good evening for you.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for having me and for that great introduction from you. It's been great. So the question on why did I choose the non-sewer sanitation course at IHE, or why did I take this up? So I think it's a good question. I think I had two options when I was deciding on MSc. One option was either I choose a specialization in water sector, anything to do with the water, which will give me options, job options both in water and sanitation sector open. That was one option. And the second option was I really like sanitation, so I want to get deeper into it. So that was second option, but it limits me only to the sanitation work job profiles. So this was a confusion I had, and then I posed this confusion to my mentor. And then my mentor very simply he said that it's right that if you choose water, you'll be broader, but there are very few people in the world who have a very in-depth knowledge on a particular subject. And for sanitation especially, we need people who understands the top-down or bottom-up of the sectors to make any difference. So he asked me to, this is a choice that I have to make, to be broader on the surface or to be deeper into the subject. And I choose to dig deeper. So that's why I'm here.
Great. So what you're trying to say is actually in water sector, I think there are many professionals working actually, but sanitation sector is the sector where very few people are there. That's where actually you thought that this would be a great opportunity for you also to contribute. Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, I also know that I heard that you have built the first fecal sludge treatment facility in Nepal. So can you tell us about your experience there? What were the challenges you faced? What did it taught you actually as a professional and as well as a person actually? Because this was a new subject and something you were also, I think, implementing in a pilot scale, and Adopticity just started thinking in that direction. So what was your experience in relation to that?
So the experience in Nepal, building my first project or first vehicle sludge treatment plant in my career out. I was graduated in civil engineering. I think 6 months out of the college, I was given this opportunity. So it was very new subject, and also doing it for Nepal, which context I'm not very familiar with, was a challenge for sure. But I think I was given this task with the guidance from the in-house experts, and we quickly conceptualized and designed the system. And once we did this conceptualization and it was approved, I was asked to go to Nepal and oversee the implementation also, so it is done right. And once we went to Nepal, there was a different problems there. There were fuel and LPG, the crisis, and then the black markets, and the borders were closed with India. So we were using a prefabrication technology, modules which were stuck in the border. There was many challenges with I think it's a great team coordination between the team from India and also partners in Nepal. We were able to complete the project even with all these challenges in 40 days. I think we started the project on 40th day. So it was a great experience. I mean, for me, being in the first project, I was also a little bit on my toes, and everybody helped. It was a great experience. I think the experience from Nepal, I think I take three things from there, sir. I think I feel that importance of leadership was something that I appreciated. My leader being very bold in making a decision to give me a chance and also guide me through this was, I kind of understood the importance of leadership there, and also the courage that is needed. Often it is easy to sit back and let the things unfold, but it also needed some courage to go and confront the contractors and also the officials in some sense to move things. So they also needed some courage there. And also I feel the growth mindset kind of also helped in quickly adapting to the Nepal cultures and also new people and new language with a great humility and learning attitude, kind of helped to move things faster. As overall, it was an incredible opportunity for me.
Great, good to know that. Yeah, you said that 6 months after when you passed out of your organization, college, actually, the organization gave you this responsibility, and you were able to successfully implement this on field. Actually, I would like to congratulate also you for that. And yeah, as you rightly said, yes, as a young professional, it also gives you quite a lot of an opportunities to learn. Actually, very rightly said, you also work with such organization which keeps confidence in you and then gives you an opportunity. Yeah, that's good to hear. So I will come back to you, Pawan, actually. So let me go to our other panelist, Ms. Sadhana Reddy. Thanks, Sadhana, to attend this webinar. So just to give you a brief about Sadhana, yeah, Sadhana, she's a 2021 graduate from IHE. So she has recently completed her environmental planning and management from IHE Delft. Again, as I said, IHE Delft is one of the premier institute from Netherlands where such courses are offered. So as I said in the beginning, that in India, unfortunately, we did not had this. So all our professional, whoever is interested, who has to learn more on this topic, they all went abroad, actually. So she's also one among them, actually. So where she did and completed her course from there. Yeah, so she also did her graduation from Bangalore University in microbiology in the year of 2016. So her focus is on developing an evidence to design the sustainable policies in order to reduce the impact on the water resources. So she worked extensively as a resource associate for more than 18 months with an organization called CDD Society in Bangalore. and also served the Wash Institute. She was also an employee there as a project officer. She implemented different projects in the state of Karnataka in a place called Malur. So she worked as a sanitation engineer for 6 months, also with the Rural Drinking Water Sanitation Department, Government of Karnataka, where she got an extensive understanding about this field. So welcome, Sadhana, and thanks again for accepting this invitation. So yes, just to ask you, it is often assumed that water and sanitation is man's job. So, and that women can't build a career in it. So what are your thoughts on this? Can you tell us, as a successful woman in this sector, what you would like to share with someone who is starting their career in this sector? So as you see, there are many women also wanted to get into this. So it would be really good if you can share some of your experience over it, actually. And also, please go ahead.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's really great honor or pleasure for me to be. And to come to the answer, like, yeah, it's no doubt that people will say that sanitation or water is a man's job, because it is like mostly involved with lot of field work where we have to understand the background or the situation, what exactly is happening, so that we can deliver our knowledge at most better after understanding the situation. But I never got to face this like, okay, I'm a female or it is a man job and all. This all goes to the teammates or to the organization where I was been working and all. But it is not only in one hand that the organization is supporting. At the same times, we have to deal with the stakeholders. With, do they have this kind of opinion that she is a lady or she's a woman, she can do it or not? Just get rid of all this question about what society is facing or posing you. Just think what you want or what you can do for the given work. That if you are able to, okay, if you say for yourself that I can do this, I have the idea of this, I can do this work by understanding the given case and all, then you're ready. Don't say that, okay, there are someone saying like this, so that I should step back of your own dreams or idea of working. This is my first point, what I would like to say. And second thing is, no doubt the stakeholders will not be so welcoming for you. They don't say, okay, you're here, so let's do it. They do say that, like, oh, may not be you, and you have to prove your existence by make them to understand that, oh, if this is, if we see that if it comes to sanitation and hygiene, we women can understand and relate it more better than a man, according to my own given case. In example, in Malur, while I was working, there was a school area where we were supposed to construct a sanitation block for girls. There was kind of people who were opposing it because it is very close to their personal property or something. At that case, the same student was being sent to the school. I mean, like, their kid was sent to the school, and I just had a meeting with the women, called up and said it's a kind of focus discussion group only for the females and with their kids. And I made them to understand how difficult it will be for a girl to be in school during their menstrual cycle and all. Then that's the point where they came up and said, like, okay, you can go ahead with that. So we have to uh, be more precise in a given case, that what exactly will be helpful for them, and then make that as a business point. Maybe this may be the wrong word, but just do it and make the environment safe or good for the school childrens to be there. That's what one slight example I would like to say. And it's just like, as again, I would just to repeat it, like, first you think what you want to do and whether you can do it, then just you believe in yourself and you can do it. Simple.
Okay, thanks. I think that's a good insight. Yes, as you said, the lots of challenge. Our men's are really dominating this sector most of the time. even in the engineering field itself, actually men think they are the only one who can do it. But I also see that nowadays many of the organization, especially in our sector, what I see is they started recognizing that women's participation is also very much required and started giving an equal opportunity actually. So I'm also seeing now for many years now, there are many women are also joining this sector, and they're also finding an equal opportunity to work in this sector and pursue their career. Yeah, thanks, Sadhana. I will come back to you. So now I would like to introduce our other colleague, Mr. Ashwin Kumar B. Ashwin, welcome. So Ashwin Kumar is an FSM expert who works in an organization called All India Institute for Local Self-Government. So Ashwin is an energy and environmental engineer and 4 years of experience in sanitation sector, and has worked with the government of Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand extensively actually, and he's currently with the government of Assam implementing a non-sewage sanitation for the urban local bodies of the state. Thanks, Ashwin, for accepting this invitation. Yes, a few questions to you also. Yeah, tell us about your work in this sector, specifically non-sewage sanitation, where you are helping the state government to implement this solution. What is the interest of state government in non-sewage sanitation?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Rajesh sir, for the introduction. And thanks for this opportunity to be able to share my views and share my experience with all of you. So basically, I first worked in a district called Pudukottai in Tamil Nadu as a Swachh Bharat Prerak, where we helped the district administration implement the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. Followed by that, I entered the fecal sludge management sector, first in Lucknow and then in Dehradun. And currently I'm in Guwahati. So importance of non-sewage sanitation is actually very well felt in many states across India. We know that this sewer system and the sewage treatment plants was actually a foreign concept until like 20-30 years ago, because it is a very, very costly affair to lay sewer lines of huge diameters, then constructing lift stations, sewage pumping stations, and then having a sewage treatment plant. It required a lot of digging, it required a lot of land area, it required a lot of time and financial resources. This might suit for some big cities, maybe like Chennai, Bangalore, or Delhi, but then one size fits all approach is not what we have to understand. So I'm in Assam for the past 1 month, and I'm currently trying to understand what is the sanitation situation of Assam. The entire state of Assam has around 101 urban local bodies, and none of them have a sewerage line. None of them have a sewage treatment plant so far. So that is the condition of many states and many cities in our country. Taking example of the urbanization rate that we are experiencing, we are urbanizing very faster. Let's talk about the example of my hometown, Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is the most urbanized state in the country, and with currently more than 50% of the population live in the urban areas. This was not the case a few decades ago. So the growth in urbanization is not but the government is not able to provide an equal match in growth in this sewerage sector, sanitation sector. So that's where this non-sewage sanitation sector comes in. All of us know whenever we have a toilet, we have to construct either connected to a sewerage line or connected to a septic tank, or generally many also go for pits. Basically, around just across the country, only 20 or 30% of the population or households are connected to sewerage line. Especially in rural areas, I guess 100% of the households are dependent on on-site sanitation systems like septic tanks and pits. Though we have septic tanks and pits, in many cases, they are not properly designed. For this, the urban local body or the rural local body has to notify guidelines to construct proper septic tanks. They should make sure that the septic tanks in their towns, in their villages, have to actually not pollute the groundwater, not pollute the surface water and the soil in the surrounding, and they should ensure it is emptied properly. They should ensure that the emptied fecal sludge and septage, that is what is the content of the septic tank called, that is taken to a proper treatment facility. So all these aspects, from toilet construction to containment to transportation to treatment and to reuse of the treated manure or treated wastewater, there is a whole lot of scope in the non-sewage sanitation sector, which courses like the one which Wash Institute is going to offer will cover for you, I believe. So there is a lot of scope for this. Just as recent as 2014, Government of India came up with a National Fecal Sludge and Septage Management Policy. Followed by that, many states like Odisha, like Tamil Nadu, like Andhra, have come up with their own state policies. So I see there is a lot of scope for the non-sewage sanitation sector. All states, all cities cannot afford the sewerage network that the big cities can afford. At least as an interim solution, non-sewage sanitation is one of those solutions that I believe will take us achieve the Sustainable Development Goal 6, which is clean water and sanitation for all. Sewerage is not the only solution, and we have to consider all the approaches depending on the local conditions. So yeah, that's how I believe non-sewage sanitation is important, and I'm happy I'm playing a good role in this sector, contributing to SDG 6.
Great, Ashwin. I think that's good to hear from you. I think I completely agree with you that having the pipe network, sewerage network for safe collection, conveyance of wastewater is one of the big challenge actually. See, we all have a pipe to dream. So we think that everywhere we want to have a sewerage network. But unfortunately, as we all are aware that this is one of the very expensive affair, not only from the cost point of view, but also from the convenience point of view. As Ashwin said, only 20 to 30% of the country's population or in households are some or the other way connected with the pipe network. But that doesn't mean that all the wastewater is completely properly conveyed and taken to the treatment facility and treated. So just to give you some figure actually. So if we want to have a sewerage network in your city, per capita, that per person cost of that city, which would range in somewhat 15,000 to 25,000 rupees per capita. So if the sewerage network has to come to your city, whereas if you also see our country's GDP also, like the budget, the country's budget when they present every year, the allocation per capita is also in that limit only, in that range only. We talk about around 15 to 20,000 rupees per capita. This budget is for everything actually: water, wastewater, electricity, road, health, every infrastructure actually. So if you see, only for the sewerage network itself, if we want to have such a big money, from where do we really bring the sewerage network? I would see that for the next 10, 20, 30 years, if we want also, it's not possible because we don't have that kind of a resource. Having said that, we also have to really figure it out what could be an alternative option, as very well said by Ashwin, like a non-sewage sanitation, non-networked option, where we really think about decentralized wastewater management, fecal sludge management, all such things. Thank you very much, Ashwin, for that insight actually. I think hope that made clear that we have to be planning, it should be all these systems have to play as an complementary solution. The sewerage network, fecal sludge management, decentral management, all these combined together only you may able to solve the problem of the city's wastewater actually. Yeah. Thanks for that. So now I would like to call upon my other colleague who is in the panel, Janani. So welcome, Janani. Janani, and also thank you very much. So she's an incoming MSc graduate actually. So she's a student again in IHE Delft with the Rotary Global Grant Academic Award. She got it actually. So she is a wash professional working in this sector for more than 4 years now, almost 5 years. She was also working with Wash Institute earlier. So where she really played a vital role in validation and implementation of mobile septage treatment unit. So she was really taking care. There was a new technology which was developed, which really handles the fecal sludge management actually. So it was a mobile device. So she was very active in validation of it. Somebody has designed, so she was validating and implementing that on the ground. Welcome to you, Janani. So yeah, again, the question to you. Yes, now I understand after a long period of work, now you have gone for this particular course again. So yeah, there are many master course in India, like how you did, like environmental engineering is one of them. So what is the value addition, do you think, in this specialized course of NSS or wastewater management or whichever course you are doing now in IHE Delhi?
Thank you so much, sir, and good evening, Hemlata ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
And I'm very happy to be among the other panel members in this webinar. So, what the course that I'm going forward is water management and governance. I've been associated with the FSSM sector right from when I was out of college. Basically, I was a very fresh graduate and who had no idea about what sanitation was, or what a black water is, what a grey water is. So that kind of a person. And Wash Institute was my first job in my career. So the moment I got into Wash Institute, so Wash Institute had already started working on this particular mobile treatment unit called mobile septage treatment unit. That's basically an on-site septage treatment unit exclusively designed for containment systems. And I was also put up in that project as a research associate initially. And as time went on, I learned a lot about the technology, what the sector is all about, what is lagging, what is yet to be brought in and on that. And slowly I understood, and I've been put as a project officer in the same division itself. So when I was in the process of validation of the MTU, and the mobile treatment unit had reached a certain level of validation, where it was told, yeah, it can be used for commercial phase, it can be taken to the ground and used for like real life experiences. That is when we had this Kerala flood in 2018, and we were asked by the UNICEF and Kerala government to come there and provide a service. That is with the mobile treatment unit. So it was a team of 15 members that we went there, and again, touching upon the gender role, I was the only female among the 15 members. So we went to Kerala. It was like a disastrous place. It was a very bad flood, and people were really in a very pathetic state. They lost their shelter, food, and the basic hygienic things were not provided. Like they cannot use the toilet because the containment systems were flooded, their houses are gone. So they were all put in a camp, and the camps were not efficient enough to contain that amount of crowd. So that's when me, along with my team, we were deputed there for our service. So where MTU was, kind of used in real life, that was too under a crisis situation. Initially, I was very skeptical because this is like my first assignment that I've been provided. I'm in a very critical state. So I had a lot of doubts, internal doubts. Would I be able to, handle it very well? Will I be successful, or am I going to not able to deliver what I've been there for and all those things? So that is when people also like looking at, okay, you are leading a team, okay, a woman is leading a team, all those things happen. But once you tell them what you are and what the technology is about, once they gain the confidence in you, the gender role totally disappears. And totally, no, like right from the CM, finance minister, the collectors, the panchayat holders, and village panchayat councillors, everybody have interacted all around Kerala, and there was not a single place where I felt, oh, I'm a female and that is why they're treating me this way. If there would have been a male in my place, then it would have been different. Definitely not. Once you know your subject, and people appreciate you for it, and they give you the respect that you need. And I've been working on this project for 4 years, and I already have a master's degree. So why I chose master's in this and why exclusively this program is, well, what I learned in India in my course was it's a very general coverage of courses. It was not very specific. And only when I came into the field, started working, learning, unlearning a lot of things. And I mean, I want to mention unlearning here because a lot of things what I learned in college, I had to unlearn because it was not very comprehensive back in college. That is related to sanitation sector. So, and that is when I thought, okay, now that I have almost 5 years of experience, I would want more knowledge on this particular sector. And also why I chose IHE was because I would really want to know the perspective globally, like what the global south is all about, how is the global north handling the whole situation. So that is why I've chosen IHE. And the particular course that WASH Institute is about to provide from the coming year, NSS and WWFQ. So that's, I've been through the syllabus. I personally recommended people this particular course, even my own colleagues, because the kind of syllabus that has been framed has totally, the idea that has been gone into framing the syllabus was totally based on people who are working on the ground. Like how are the professional dealing, what are the problems the professionals are dealing currently, how it has been, kind of approached currently. So keeping all that in mind, the syllabus has been coined. And there are a lot of activities, there are a lot of real life experiences, a lot of internships, field visits that have been included in the syllabus, which is really amazing. So during my masters, I was only given one internship, one field visit, that is all. And this course has it is very comprehensive, very much to the point, very much like a person, if he's going to take this course, when he comes out, he has all the skills and the required knowledge that he can directly, kind of deliver it in the field. So it's not like that. For my case, it was like I had to come in, I had to learn, I had to unlearn a lot of things. But I don't think for people in this case, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like very specific, and it'll be very, the syllabus at least is very rich, is what I felt. So that is a very uniqueness I see in this program. And WASH Institute is not very new to academic. They've also had sanitary inspector course in the past and health inspector course. So they have a very field-oriented kind of education. That is how they've been always delivering the lessons. So that is one of the uniqueness that WASH Institute would also provide in this particular course. This is what I think.
Great, Janani. I think thank you very much for that insight, because you really brought out that how different this specialized course will be and how it is really useful for to make you ready for the job, actually. So yeah, as I also told in my introductory remark, that most of the course what we have as on date in our country is very conventional, actually, where it talks about, it just touches about the topics on which we are working, but it really does not give a comprehensive understanding about what is required presently, actually. So yeah, I think yes, the one of the aim of hosting and conducting such courses in WASH Institute is also that people also can do such courses in our country only. Of course, yes, when you do it outside, yes, it gives a global understanding also. But having said that, there is always, actually, WASH Institute is also in touch with this IHE Delft, because we also have a working relationship with them. There will be an exchange happening and all such things. So thank you very much for sharing that. So let me get back to Pawan once again now. Pawan, yes, you have designed and worked with various private and government agencies for implementing wastewater management and non-sewer sanitation when you are working, actually. Yeah, tell me something about how you felt as a young professional when you had to work with governments and also the private sector.
Yes, sir. That's a good question, sir, and also a very sensitive question, I guess. I think there were good and bad people as well, sir. Like, there were very supportive people, and there were also like not very supportive people, whom I came across when I was working with the governments, especially when, as a technical person, I go for a DPR approval or support for any letter or sometimes the MOU signing also gets delayed quite a bit. But that always been there. But also I found that there is always someone supportive we find within the system. I think especially what I have observed is that we needed patience and also perseverance to see through our work gets done, whether it be a DPR approval or any support we need in conducting any assessments. It's for me, it's been also a good experience, and definitely built resilience in me as a professional, and also at personal level.
Good. Yeah, very rightly said. I also see there's quite a lot of interest now in the government sector. As I said, quite a lot of an ambitious programs, sanitation related, water sector, water related programs have been launched. So it's also very important from them that they really accept people who are available in the sector, so and see that how things can be worked out together. So rather than earlier, always what we thought was government and its department are only responsible for delivering all these services, but definitely yes, now the private sector and this development sector, they're also significantly contributing for its implementation. Thanks, Pawan. Yeah,
Thanks.
Sadhana, I know that you have come from a microbiology background, and yes, you were extensively involved in research. So yeah, in your earlier job, you have spent considerable time as a research scholar, actually. So please tell us about some of your research, what you have done, and what is the scope of research in wastewater and fecal sludge management, because I also understand many students would like to see that also as one of the option where they would like to pursue in their career, actually, as a research assistant, scientist, and all such things. So what is your experience there, actually? Could you please share?
Sure, sir. According to me, for any for any solution, research is the point where we should start with. That, like, okay, if this is the issue to be dealt or to answer, then we have to come back to the roots or come back to the problem where exactly it's been. So to answer that, research is the only way where we can just till reach to the end and we can provide the sustainable solutions too. So in this case, like initially I started with the CDD as a research associate over there. In that, like, I was working in lab full time. I used to be in lab over there. We used to get different water samples, wastewater and fecal sludge sample. My job was to characterize the wastewater and fecal sludge samples which was being brought, through which the report, like the test results done in the lab, will be provided on to the engineers table or the experts table, so that they can design the treatment plant accordingly. Over here in any of the lake or any of the fecal sludge sample, if they have high rate of nitrate, then they used to design the treatment plant accordingly, that the nitrate can be removed in the effluent, in the outlet, through which the research will serve as a basics or the evidence for the engineers to design their treatment plants. And coming to the different type of research, what I done while I was working in CDD was like, there were different type. First, if we see that, like, we used to understand the calorific value of the fecal sludge, through which we can use the fecal sludge as a biochar, as a other media of energy, in which they can just substitute the fuel extracted from the earth. And the other thing was like setting up the lab scale photo bioreactor, through which where the efforts was to reduce the nitrate from the wastewater, domestic wastewater. Then it will be the other boon to the wastewater treatment plant, that they can reduce the cost wise and the space wise. There were like different kind of research carried out in lab scale, in order to make the economy and the space to be less utilized and treat the wastewater and even the fecal sludge. There were like other things uh, like the moringa, the drumstick seeds were used as a coagulant to treat the fecal sludge through the separation method. As we know that fecal sludge has 98% of water, and the 2% or nearly 3% is the solid. So if we are able to separate out the water and the sludge, then through which the treatment can be eased very well. So this kind of research was carried out. First, if anyone has to opt research as their career, that you should one should have the more analytical and critical knowledge, through which that like they can question themselves or to the opposite person. Through their own questions they can reach to the solutions. So this is how I see. And there was one of the question that like how exactly the research will be answered and all. So it's just like if we have our own thinking capacity, then if we read more articles related how exactly one has developed a standard operating procedure to do that according to the local area or the situation, you can modify the standard operating procedure and come up with the solution. So this
Great,
is what.
Sadhana. I think, yes, very much. As we just started exploring this sector, I would see there's a plenty of opportunities for research and development. And I also see various academic institutions and the private sectors, they are also investing heavily in finding a more appropriate solution for different fields. As we talk about the sanitation value chain, like collection, conveyance, treatment, and disposal, there are quite a lot of areas where the research is required so that the better solution we can find it, which is cost effective and more efficient. Yeah, thanks for that, Sadhana. Yeah, Ashwin, coming to you now. So how much emphasis is going to come on wastewater and non-sewer sanitation in the next 10 years in our country, actually, as you're very closely working with the government? What do you see, actually?
Yes, sir. So basically, the flagship program that you talked about just some time ago, Swachh Bharat Mission, in phase 1, it was mainly about making the city ODF, making the state ODF. ODF is nothing but everybody having access to a toilet. But going forward, the government of India has come up with ODF Plus and ODF Plus Plus protocols, and it has also come up with Swachh Bharat Mission Water Plus protocol, with the aim that all the entire country will become ODF Plus Plus or Water Plus one day. And to achieve the ODF Plus Plus and the Water Plus category, all the cities and rural areas have to treat their wastewater, be it sewage or be it fecal sludge and septage, properly and reuse the wastewater, reuse the treated wastewater. So pushing from ODF to ODF++, the government has made sure that the cities and villages aspire to treat their wastewater properly. Going forward, the main objective of Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0, which is going to be launched very soon, as of now it is under discussion, as well as some of the objectives of the Jal Jeevan Mission, as well as the 15th Finance Commission. All of them are going to provide the urban local bodies and the states with funds for treating wastewater. And as I already told you, treating wastewater, one of the approaches is non-sewer sanitation aspects, such as fecal sludge management. So for the next 10 years, you can expect a lot of funds coming into water and sanitation sector through 15th Finance Commission, Jal Jeevan Mission, as well as Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0. Also, there is a push from development organizations like the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, and the other organizations. They are pushing the states to include non-sewer sanitation aspects when they consider sewerage projects also. So no city can be 100% sewer. Some parts, some periphery at least, or the peri-urban areas might be behind. For considering wastewater management for those areas, it's true that non-sewer sanitation and the sewerage sanitation, that is centralized sanitation, has to go hand in hand. So basically, there is a lot of focus on fecal sludge management in the recent years. And I'm sure in the next 10 years, there will be more push to this sector.
Great. Yes, I'm also sure, actually, maybe not for 10 years, more than that, because as on date, when we talk about the sanitation situation, we only say 30-40% of the people only have clean access to sanitation, which means, yes, of course, from the toilet point of view, we have it, but definitely from the waste point of view, that in terms of solid waste, liquid waste and all, there's a long way to go. So yeah, thankfully government is also systematically thinking about this, and yeah, I also see quite a lot of an opportunity there. Yeah, thank you very much, Ashwin. Yeah, coming to you, Janani, now as you just joined the course now, would you like to little bit talk more about your course and your experience there, and would you like to give some suggestions, guidance to the participants here? They are really looking for, because they all have come now with an idea to see, because they are in a stage that they have to choose their career now. Would you like to state anything, any of your experience there?
So I'll be starting my course by October of the same date. But again, I would really tell the students who are aspiring to join and not see what sanitation or water and wastewater quality management, that it is a very promising field. And right now, the course that I have chosen is from the experience that I've had in the field. What I found in the field was there is a research sector, there's technical sector, there's a policy sector under sanitation. But the problem that I see is there is no proper bridge between all these three. And that is why I've chosen water management and governance to go ahead with. And when it comes to NSS and the other course, the syllabus that we have framed includes all these three segments, so that they'll have a holistic approach on what will be the research aspect of this particular course, and the technical aspect, and also the policy aspect. So, and also the best thing is you need not travel abroad, go away from your family, sacrifice a lot of other things. You can be very much closer to your family, take this course, and the people who are going to take it are going to be very much fortunate, because you're not going to miss anything. You're not going to miss your Diwali, Pongal, nothing. You'll still be around your family in your own comfort zone. And Washington Institute is providing this course. They can utilize maximum of it. I'm sure since Washington Institute is working from the grassroots level to the ministry level, the exposure that they would get when they're opting for this course will be immense. So I would really appreciate and advise people to take this course, and they would definitely not have any regrets. Definitely. So something that I'm going, so 10,000 kilometers away, you can actually have like 300, 400, 500, or maximum 900 kilometers away from your home. So that's like the best part. I mean, when I applied for the course was not in place. So that is why I have to travel so much and, opt for fundings. And here you have scholarships available for you. It's not like only particular people are going to be given a scholarship. So that way, the incoming students are very fortunate, and people who are aspiring to join the course are also really fortunate about the financial aspects as well.
Thank you very much for those words, Janani. Yeah, so with this, I would like to sincerely thanks everyone once again for sharing your experience, especially your experience in this field. Yeah, I'm very happy to see all the young professionals really given an opportunity. You have done so many things within such a small time, and you really want to continue this. So it's really good to see you people. You have chosen this as your career option, and happy to see that you're all having you are all happily working in this sector and doing good. Yeah, I'm sure that your work not only solving the problem related to sanitation, but also significantly contributing towards the nation building. Thanks once again, everyone. Yeah, now I would like to open for the discussion. Actually, if anybody has any question, I think we can take it. I have with me my colleagues from the academic wing as well as from Washington Institute. So we are happy to answer if you have any questions. So you are requested to unmute your mic and ask the same. If not, you may also type that in a chat so that some of us can answer that actually.
Sir, actually, we are having a question in our chat box
Okay.
given by Niranjan Kumar.
Yeah, please.
So, what are the different job scopes after doing masters in environmental engineering? What are the different job scopes after doing masters in environmental engineering?
Yeah. So, any of you would like to address this actually? Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, Sadhana.
Yes, sir.
Niranjan, first I would like to know what is your interest is about. It's like environmental engineering is a very broad topic. In that you wanna serve for sanitation, or what exactly you wanna do? If that, if it is that is so precise, then we can answer your question.
Okay. So good. So what you're trying to say is we have different opportunities related to water sanitation. Within sanitation itself, there's a plenty of options related to solid waste, liquid waste, fecal sludge management, so many things actually. So I would say if you want to go in the engineering field, actually, as you've done environmental engineering, there's quite a lot of a scope. If you want to go towards the research, if you want to go towards the capacity building, so within the sector also there are different choices what you can make. So once you develop this expertise on the subject, then opportunities are plenty actually, because any project or program if we implement, it's not only the technology what we are implementing, there's everything comes, research component comes, technology, the design comes, and the training comes, all those things come. So based on your interest, you can choose which is the area you wanted to work, and also within that area what you want to do. So anybody else wants to add? Praveen, Isha, anybody? If not, maybe we can also go to the next question. Yeah, if you want to add, please add.
Yes. So the next question is, sir, is there any need for innovation in the water sanitation and treatment industry, or the current methods are enough in this industry, in this sector? Is there any need for innovation? Yes, I think
Yes,
from Bennett Martin.
It's anybody would like to take this question from the panel or from my colleagues?
Yeah, I'll answer for this, sir.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes. So I think for any, not only for water sanitation and treatment industry, whatever the sector, always there will be a innovation that should be there, that changes needed in all the sector. So I think still more like in water and sanitation sector, we are having more opportunities for innovation, because still now we are facing the problems in treating the water, in treating the sewage, in treating the septic, that is fecal sludge. So we need more innovative, cost-effective technologies to treat. So I think more current methods are not at all enough in this sector. Still more opportunities are there in this sector. So only the government and others are implementing so many policies and things to develop this sector. So the key thing is for this webinar itself to introduce the water and sanitation sector to more people. So I think I hope I have answered for your question.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Still one more question from Varsha Prasad. If I am interested in solid waste management area, what were the scope?
Yeah. So yes, of course, solid waste management is also very much part. Actually, it goes hand in hand with the liquid waste management, because unless we deal with the solid waste management, we cannot ensure that we completely solve the issues related to the liquid waste. So presently in our scope, mostly we are talking about the liquid waste management. Of course, we are also covering part of it, because these are all cross-cutting issues. So if you are very specific about it, there is no detailed course on this at this point of time, because solid waste management at the moment are very well practiced in the country actually. So we all talk about it. There are many cities and states are implementing it, and there are knowledge is already available. So under our course, we are covering, but to some extent actually. Hemalata ji, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So another one question, this is a general question. So if we know the question from Sumati is how to get jobs in government sectors. So any competitive examination available. So could you brief on it? So for this, without knowing their qualification, because many based on your qualification, we can able to answer this question. I think so, Sumati, because based on your qualification only, we can say on which sector, government sector, you can able to apply. Yeah.
Of course,
Yes, sir.
government jobs are one sector where we all can get placed. But as I see, there are also other sectors, like I said, development sector, private sector is also offering quite a lot of an opportunity, actually, especially in the waste management, liquid waste, solid waste, and all those things. So how do we get into that? I'm also not very clear about it, because nowadays I also see that they also open the job opportunity only sometimes, actually. So yeah, clear answer for this we are not in a position to give. And as Hemalata also said very clearly, it would be really nice also if we know what exactly is your qualification and what kind of a work under the government you are looking for. All those things are also very much, yeah. Thanks, Sumati. Yes.
Yes, sir. I think with this,
Yeah, I
no more
think
questions.
one more question has come. What a startup can contribute to this sector? Yes, there's plenty of opportunities for the startup, actually. So there was a conference a few years back, which is called as a Reinvent Toilet, actually. So as we see that, as you all are aware, that we have developed the technology to reach to the moon, actually. We are one of the biggest software hub in the world, but still sanitation is a problem which we are not able to solve it completely. So which means there is a tremendous opportunities for innovations in this sector. And yeah, of course, as I again said, you really have to choose where you would like to really work on it. As I said, always whenever we talk about the sector, we talk about a value chain where we talk about from the collection, conveyance, treatment, and disposal. These are the four things always. Within this, actually, there are many possibilities where new products can be introduced, new technologies we can bring in. Within the technologies also, little things, for example, sludge treatment. When we talk about how do you separate the solid liquid, how do you dry the solids, how you treat the solid, so many opportunities are available. So only thing is, it's your interest and which is the field where you really would like to innovate and think about this startup. So there's a good opportunities available, and it can significantly contribute to the sector, Sakshi. I think that's possible. Yeah.
Mr. Rajesh Pai.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, shall I add? Actually, I would like to add something.
Please go ahead, sir. Please.
So, what I expected, I think right now the focus of our discussion or our dissemination of the knowledge is what the students will get employment potential opportunities after completing the PG diploma in water and wastewater analysis management and the PG diploma in non-sewer sanitation. So I think most of the participants actually, they are environmental engineering side or environmental sanitation or environmental science. So that's why they are asking questions, what will be the opportunities in government? So what the university prescribed, the education qualification for the two courses now we started, since we started from this academic year is, one of the educational qualification is the BE Environmental Engineering. That means automatically it is a ME Environmental Engineering also. So even engineering students or those who completed BE Civil or BE Environmental Engineering, whatever it may be, so they can also join this course. For example, I can quote a few examples. For example, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, we have separate board constituted by the government, Tamil Nadu Water Supply and Drainage Board. we have plenty of opportunities, not only as engineers, but junior water analyst, assistant water analyst, chief water analyst, water treatment plant operator, or water treatment plant managers. These are the opportunities available in the government sector right now.
Great.
Likewise, what we call in short TWAD board, in all states we have water supply board called Jal Nigam, water supply board. Likewise, there is also sanitation board also. So they have the opportunity in wastewater treatment plant operator or wastewater treatment plant managers. Likewise, we have not only in that, we have a lot of industries, industrial effluent treatment plant manager, and also we have the pollution control board, the major actually recruiter for the this water and sanitation related. And apart from that, we have a lot of actually urban local bodies, town panchayat, municipalities, municipal corporations, and finally we have public health departments. All these departments, for example, for TWAD board, for recruitment of assistant water analyst or junior water analyst, up to now, the current required qualification is MSc chemistry. So if the students complete this 1 year PG, this is actually a very, not only a novel course. The first attempt, I think actually, as Janani put it right sense, it is rightly put it by actually Wash Institute and actually being conducted by the Madurai Kamaraj University. It is a state university. It's right now it is qualified as a NAC actually plus, probably the highest ranked university in Tamil Nadu. It is University of Government of Tamil Nadu. So simply by going by actually MSc chemistry or B environmental engineering or M.Tech or ME engineering, if they go pursue these courses, PG diploma in water and wastewater analysis management and the PG diploma non-sewer sanitation, as actually rightly put it by Ashwin, there's a tremendous opportunities in the days to come in sanitation sector. India is the very beginning stage. We have some advancement in water sector, but that also we are not very sure of the quality control or quality aspects. Tremendous. Apart from that, probably everybody is aware of it. One bottle of water costs actually, bottled water, 20 rupees, aquafina, etc. In northeastern states, it costs right now 50 rupees. In the days to come, there is a tremendous opportunities for private sector also to play. So water and wastewater and sewer, non-sewer sanitation, tremendous opportunities, not only in government sector and also actually in the private sector also, industries also. So what I can advise the students, don't stop actually. Fine, you actually be environmental engineering or ME engineering, fine. But that's not, that is not actually exactly the requirement of the the day of the requirement right now. So they can pursue the course. So we want Wash Institute is then a great thing actually. We are not charging any fees right now, as we are supported by USI. So we can give a world class actually, their support and education support and field visit also. So all our friends actually, all the participants, I request actually you try to join actually, or you advise your relatives or other friends to join at the earliest. Right now, actually, as we are having postgraduate course that's called PG Diploma in Environmental Sanitation Science. Now it is renamed as the PG Diploma Sanitation Inspector only for getting the purpose of the government appointments. Even now, we are very shortly, Government of Tamil Nadu is going to issue an order very shortly, very shortly, that the PG Diploma Environmental Sanitation Science conducted by Wash Institute is equal for getting job opportunities in Government of India as well as state government departments in public health and the local bodies also. So that will be a great boost actually already. So likewise, it will have a great opportunity. Not only that, what we are pursuing for the earlier courses, likewise, we will write to the government, state government, central government. In future, for all appointment near environmental engineering, BE, or MSc chemistry, or MSc, whatever it may be, we will recommend to the government and get see that they are sending direction to the concerned departments, government or quasi-government. In addition, preference should be given to the students who are qualified in the specialized post. I think the days are not far away. It is very near. So I advise all the students, all the participants actually, to think about it and advise or join themselves or advise other friends actually after completing their raw degree to join this very useful professional course. We will give the world class actually, as I'm very happy. We were working with Janani and also Sadhana Reddy sometime back. She was also at the Vasu Institute. We are giving the actually, for your example, by this time, the environmental sanitation science course right now, along with Vasu Institute, right now 5 colleges are conducting. So we got 110% admission, and we are waiting list around 300%. We are in the waiting list. But when compared to other colleges, actually, so I think as far as my knowledge goes, no college so far filled up the 100% seats. So that's the quality that speaks about the actually the educational standard of the Vasu Institute. It will be great actually. We will provide very good support. That's all I can give at this actually time.
Yeah.
Thanks actually, Rajesh. Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I think that was really useful. The opportunities, what all the students can see actually from this course, as well as in general the water sanitation sector itself. So that's very detailed. Hope all the participants have benefited from this. Yeah. So with this, we are coming to an end of this webinar. Hope the discussions and information provided during the sessions were useful to you. So if you have any queries related to the course offered by Vasu Institute, as Hemalata ji has said in the beginning, actually, as well as Mr. Velu Swami also detailed that some time back now, you may get in touch with Dr. Hemalata. So already she has provided her email ID, as well as how you should contact, how you can contact all this information to you. So, so we are really happy to address all your concerning the queries. So with this, I also would like to sincerely thank you, USAID and BMGF for giving us the opportunity to host this course in our institute, because these are the two organizations really promoting this actually. So they provided us an opportunity to conduct this course and host this course within our organization. Both the organizations are extensively working in the water and sanitation sector to create a real positive impact actually. So I once again sincerely thank you all for your time, and sorry really we overshooted the time by 15 minutes, but I think that was needed. So hope you all benefited with this session. With this, I would like to conclude the webinar. As we said, please get in touch with us in case if you have any queries, and if you really wanted to explore further these courses, whatever we talked about, please get in touch with us. And thank you once again all the panelists actually for sharing your experiences. That was really useful. I'm really happy that young professionals are really coming into the sector, because this is what we needed for a very long time, and you are all fulfilling that dream actually. And I'm sure as Dr. Velusamy also said that this is not the end actually, this is just a beginning, I would say, because we have very long way to go. There's quite a lot of an opportunity in this sector, because the problem is huge. Government is positively responding to this. There is a dearth need of the professional in this. So please consider while you start thinking about the career path you want to make. So thank you once again. Have a good night to everyone. Yeah, I think there was a small survey.
Thank you.
Yeah, the small survey.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Rajesh, sir. Yeah, so we have just launched a small webinar survey, and I know we have overshot our time, but I would just request all the participants and everyone to take this webinar survey. This will really help us frame and take such surveys and such webinars in the future as well. So thank you so much. There is one request from some of the participants if they can get the recording of this webinar. So I would just request all the panelists if we can have your permission and can share this recording with the panel, with the participants.
Yes, ma'am. There is no
Thank you,
problem
Mr.
from
Pawan.
Yes, please go ahead. That's not
Sure.
a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us here.
So we have around 68% of the participants have completed it. Requesting everyone to do it. Just 1 more minute and then we'll just end the webinar. Yeah. So there
Thank
is
you, Rajesh
some
sir,
messages
and,
from the participants who are really, yeah. So please go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah. Thank you, Rajesh sir. Thank you, Sadhna, Pawan, and Janani. Thank you, Praveen ji. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye-bye.
So thank you, everyone.
Thank
We
you,
have
Rajesh.
around 77% have completed the webinar. Also, the participants can view the webinar. It was a live streaming on YouTube also, so they can go and check that webinar on the YouTube. And we'll anyways be sharing the recordings with everyone. So yes, Miss Sadhna, you were saying something. Yeah.
No, I was just thanking for having me here. Thank you, Rajesh sir. Thank you, Praveen sir, and thank you, Bosch Institute, for all this efforts taken behind everyone who has worked hard to make this successful. Hope it was helpful for all the participants, and yeah, thank you. All the best for everyone.
Thanks, everybody. All the best to all the students aspiring.
Thank you, everyone, for your time, for giving us your time and participating in the webinar. Thank you.